We're together today.
Oh yeah, hi. And we match.
It's a special, special, special.
It's super special.
It's super duper special. Yes. So this is a little bit on the earlier side or pre-recorded side, but we wanted to record a special while we were actually together. So this is that
Yeah.
special.
So this is, if you guys know anything, is I'm on vacation. It is December.
It's almost January.
It is
It's
almost
almost January.
January.
I'm almost not on vacation.
I have to go back to work soon too. But because we're here in the same state together in the cold, we decided that we're going to record our first special for February.
And since it's February, we are doing well, we we had quite the conversation about whether we wanted murders or Valentines for
So we
February.
decided both.
Because both.
Because both, murder and Valentine's.
So for today's special, for this week's special, we read for our first special of 2025. We read Little Lies and Valentines by Lashell Rain. He's been watching her, and she likes it. Abby, escaping the scars of an abusive past. Same old this year, apparently. Finds solace in the routine of a cozy coffee shop. As mysterious love letters arrive, she embraces the attention of the unseen admirer, rebuilding her confidence along the way. She reciprocates with her own words and forges a connection she didn't think she would find in anyone, let alone through ink and paper. However, when a charming regular customer, Alex, captures her interest, she can't deny the pull she has to him. Little does she know, Alex has a little secret of his own. Apparently, I took too much time off because I can't even read something out loud.
No, and it's going to be also an interesting special because guess where all our notes are? Literally in our hand. Why? Because I suck.
This book does come with a content warning because, like we said, Valentine's and murder.
I got ahead of myself.
That's okay. Our content warning for today is explicit sexual scenes, stalking, murder, invasion of privacy, blood, torture, kidnapping, physical abuse, and assault. Reader discretion advised.
And
listener discretion.
And to those who love a killer spectator trope, this one's for you. And then lame finger guns.
Man, I don't do that.
So get cozy.
We are.
We are cozy. We are matching. We're on a couch.
We're couching February.
We're betting February this year. Possibly. That came out way more sexual than I needed it to.
Hopefully nobody's named February.
No, you're not. So you guys can't see this, but my mic is broken. And I just flooped it. No. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything is fine.
It's gonna be February.
That's not how that works.
No, we are hoping that you are ready to rock a brand new year, brand new season with us.
And you'll get one of these maybe once a year.
I don't know. There have been some advertisements for some
cheap
authors. Yeah, and some authors that have been that are booking to come to a city that's actually in my state. So yeah, you might have to come again.
So I might have to come visit again. Wouldn't we all love that? Okay. So my only thing is I did love that every chapter is labeled with the person. Except we 100% know who the person is that's writing, and his chapters are all labeled secretly yours.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be like the Valentine's Day aspect of it.
I guess so. It's very obvious who the man is instantly.
Yeah, they kind of let us know. This book starts off with murder
It
right
does.
away.
And it starts off 4 months ago. And actually, it even starts in the male point of view too, instead of in the female point of view. This is what happens. This is what she gets to deal with
I
on a
promise
daily.
I didn't give her wine.
No, I had coffee and a nap. I had a fat nap. It was great. Yeah, so it does. It starts with a murder and a body being dragged through the woods. And it is not his favorite way of disposing of these bodies. He preferred fire.
He likes to burn
You know,
to dispose, but
and he just
I feel like that would,
smell.
yeah, and attract unwanted guests.
Yeah, I feel like fire might be a little. I don't
I
know.
don't think that that's the best way to go. I mean, I'm not an expert,
Neither am I, clearly.
but I just
I
feel
just
like
read.
that might not be the
Yeah.
best way to go. I do want to say, so we learned that this man, his name is Alex, our MMC. We learned that he is a bailiff by day, and that's how he finds his victims. He's a serial killer, and the ones that don't meet their end legally, he takes care of. But my question was, this storyline was very, very similar to me, and I didn't know everything blends together. I didn't know if that was a book that we had read together or if that's a book that I read by myself
It
that
reminds
was
me.
a lawyer and he killed.
Yes.
So it was a together book?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't remember
I
which one
thought
it
it was a
is
podcast book, but I couldn't
because
remember.
we've read so many that I don't know. But no, I was reading it. I was like, this sounds like
I know there's a lot
so
of books
familiar.
that do that, but it reminded me so much because I felt like we had done one.
Yeah, I think he was a lawyer.
The guy, yes, the last one that we had done, it was a lawyer, and he stalked his victims that
Are bad.
right, that couldn't get justice appropriately.
Yeah.
I think we did it like last year, maybe
I mean, considering this is 2025.
the year before.
Okay.
Just kidding. I think it was like the end of
uh,
23.
but yeah, him being a
So
bailiff.
this one's a bailiff, not
Yeah,
not a lawyer.
he's not a lawyer, but he's a bailiff. But still in the legal system, so it does make him a lot easier. And again, he
Smart
only
though.
it is
Bailiff,
smart.
just like because I feel like bailiffs get overlooked
They
a
do.
lot.
Yeah. And it's great because he just goes after the rapists and the child abusers, like the really bad dudes. He was heading back home because he needs a shower because obviously after you murder somebody and then
Bury them in the woods.
bury them.
So and here's okay, hold on. Because here's another thing. He dug this grave for this body with a shovel, okay?
Yeah.
And then he was like, shing, and tossed the shovel aside. And he's like, nah, I'll just go back and get that tomorrow. What? What kind of serial killer are you, first of all?
Clearly,
you don't just leave evidence behind to come back for tomorrow. Then just leave the body behind if you think it's so safe. Like, what the fudge? It made no sense to me.
Well, and to be less
He thinks
conspicuous,
he must be a white guy.
he has to be.
He must be.
Well,
because
considering he takes his skull mask off, so he wears the
thinks
skull
he's
mask.
so untouchable.
Well, he takes his skull mask off and he just jogs as if to be inconspicuous because he's going to go back home, and he just goes to the nearest trail and heads back. And it's late, so he's not expecting people to be out there. But guess what? A woman catches his attention. Guess what? This is going to be our FMC. She's wandering around like a lost little puppy, and like everything about her is beautiful to him, but it's her eyes, her hazily eyes capture his attention.
More so because they're lost and they have no direction.
Yeah.
And you'd think that coming across a grown man in the middle of the woods would be startling for her, but she doesn't even notice him.
No, she is currently in her own little head, and we do learn why afterwards.
But this apparently entices him, so he follows her home.
Yeah, he does.
Well, he follows her.
He follows her. He follows her to a coffee shop because technically it is her house because she lives above the coffee shop.
Now. But yes, so this whole beginning was weird. And so, was he burying this body in the middle of the day when a coffee shop was open?
At night because it's empty coffee shop. She goes into an empty coffee shop.
It was just weird.
So it is weird. He is burying a body at night because he even said it was nighttime.
Oh, but then she went into this coffee shop.
Well, but he really, that is true because it's an empty coffee shop, but then the guy behind the counter is like kind of consoling her, and he can see like our male Alex is like staring, and like he wants to know what she's telling him because the guy behind the counter is like worried for her, and he wants to know these things. And then he sees the dark bruise across the side of her face, and now he's pissed about that. I mean, he saw this woman. It's instant love. Part of what like attracts her to him is he can still see like a light inside of her soul. I'm pretty sure the light inside of his soul died out a very long time ago, probably between the murders. And he wants it all to himself. So a little self-serving.
He vows that she is his, and it's so weird. But we learn that she is basically on the run from her last boyfriend who abused her. And apparently, this coffee shop has been some sort of solace for her in her relationship. She just finds
Feels
this
safe.
quaint, yeah, she finds this quaint little town and this coffee shop just so safe. And the owner has become really special to her, even though she was just like this patron. It's a really small town, blah, 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 blah. Everybody knows everybody. And not in the cheers, everybody knows your name sort of situation. But like, she felt like she could go to this guy. So the guy's like, yo, great. You can work for me. You can live over the coffee shop. I will help you out. And that's how this started. And she apparently got her first bouquet of flowers from our serial killer the next day.
But she also was a little concerned because
she thought they
were from the ex Nicholas who found her.
He always finds her because she manages to escape and then he finds her. She thought she was kind of going to be able to get away a little longer this time because the cops took him, but she knows he always kind of finds a way. But
then she remembers sending flowers is not his thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the more and more they come every day and the nicer they are,
and they have notes with them every single time. And in the notes, he calls her Angel, which is important for later on. But he literally just says, I didn't mean to scare you last week, but I hope this time these brighten up your day. Because he had noticed that the flowers scared the fuck out of her. So
that becomes a weekly delivery.
A weekly delivery, and he signs it XOXO secretly yours. And she's thinking, oh crap. So like a stranger saw me scared last week. And so who is watching me? Which I would feel the same way.
Especially in her situation, but evidently it made her feel
great,
secure, and that she was being taken care of. But the more letters she got week after week after week, she just loved it. They started talking to each other nonstop. She was returning letters. She'd put them under her mat and he'd give them back with the flowers. And then so every week they'd be exchanging letters. She'd learn about him. He'd learn about her, their likes, their favorites, all this stuff. And then we get to the present.
We meet her friend Jenna, who also kind of encourages it for some fucking reason.
Well, she doesn't tell Jenna the whole truth.
No, okay, not the whole truth. I mean, because she even says, what's the harm with being showered in compliments from a pen pal? Loosen up. Like, she tells her to loosen.
For the record, you and I both had a similar conversation like last week when someone else was like concerned because they were being sent gifts in the mail. Okay,
so this is a little, I feel like this is a little different. No, it's not.
No.
It's really not.
They're being sent gifts in the mail with notes. And we're like, you need to suck it up because they're nice things. And wouldn't it be nice? And they're like, I think I have a stalker. And we're like, oh, aren't you lucky? And we're like,
we're broken and dead inside. It's fine.
They're not sending you dead human bits. They're not sending you pictures of you sleeping. Suck it up. You're getting gifts that you like. Just
See, we'll get back to the sleeping later.
you
Shit goes
see
wild.
me when
So
you're
yeah, so we're back in the
sleeping.
present, and she always has the awareness that she has eyes on her. And like you said, she's like totally cool with this,
Oh,
which
because she
is
does.
so she does.
He has
She very
cameras
much does.
in her place and the coffee
And
shop.
she also thinks, maybe after everything, maybe she's a little broken inside. And you know what? Probably.
I mean, I get
Because
that.
all of this should be really concerning to her that they're leaving letters and flowers and things, but it doesn't. It gets her like kind of
He
hot.
probably hit just right. Like it was probably like
Yeah.
sweet stuff.
Yep. So she goes into work, and again, there is a small bouquet of fresh flowers on the counter.
That every
And
morning bouquet.
every fucking, though, I would love a morning bouquet of flowers. That sounds great. Every once in a while. Please don't send them
Yeah.
to me.
Again, I like my flowers in the form of dead. Give me books.
Yeah.
No, no, I don't need flowers.
You know what? Fair, because I'll kill the flowers. They're just
Exactly.
pretty to look at.
So I actually saw like a post the other day. It was
A
somebody.
bouquet of books.
No, oh, that'd be nice. But it was somebody who was gifted a beautiful flower rack, like the potted
Ooh.
plant rack and everything.
Hmm.
And I mean, obviously they don't want flowers because, blah
Right.
blah. So they did all the new Lego
Oh
flowers.
my
And it looked
God.
really nice actually.
I
I was
love
like,
the Lego
oh,
flowers. They're really
we
pretty.
have so many of them in our school because we use like a PBIS incentive program. And
Oh,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
our school store has tons of those. And
So as she's working, she sees a man walk in, and like her stomach drops because he looks identical to Nick. But it can't be Nick, which is her
I
ex,
thought that was
because
gonna go
he's
somewhere.
I thought so too, and it went nowhere. But it's just the man looks like him because
I thought
right,
it was gonna be like his brother slipping out the place or something.
yeah, and because
I was
currently
very disappointed.
I was also just apparently Nick is currently behind bars.
Well, all she knows is that he got taken away by the cops.
It says Nick was behind bars.
She's assuming. Like
He wouldn't find me once he got out. At least that was what I tried to tell myself every day.
right, but
I
she
I
doesn't know how long. He could have been for the night. It could have been. She doesn't know how
right.
long. That's what I meant.
Got you. I just took it as he's in jail and she's delusional and thinking he's not going to try to find her. Considering how this man is, I wouldn't. I would have tried to change my identity. Because the last time that she escaped him, he found her within a couple of weeks. And currently, it has been a couple of months. And so she's really, really anxious. She looks over because Jenna's going to piece the fuck out. Because Jenna's a really good
Yes.
friend, though.
Dennis, her bestie.
I like her.
Yeah,
You
she was a
didn't.
little aloof. I wish I knew more.
Yeah, I
Her.
feel like she is one of those friends that's like kind of there, kind of exists.
Like she just has her own life, which is fine.
Hmm. But she's gonna decorate the coffee shop for
But I
Valentine's
also
Day.
just read a book where the best friend was actually the one who was stalking her, and she tried to kill her. And she trusted her best friend with all like
Is
she
this that book you were telling me about? Where you
no,
did? Oh, okay.
this is a different one. And she was like trusting her friend, and like she was the one she was turning to for everything and telling her all this stuff. And then the friend was getting some secret sick thrill out of like listening to her being terrified over it. And then she would know where she was and was able to do it every time she'd run, she'd know because she trusted the best friend.
What book is this?
It was supposed to be some military romance.
What?
It went in a drastic turn. I wasn't expecting.
That is what?
It went in a turn.
I guess did it go in the lesbian turn?
Oh,
That would have been great. Why couldn't we have done that?
and she died in the end, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Well, I thought they were. Yeah.
it would have been better if she was stalking her and then they ended up together. But it's kind of also
Yeah.
weird. I
No.
don't know.
She ended up with the man in the end.
Oh, well, that's lame.
Yeah, and it was all because she broke up with the guy that the best friend loved.
Oh,
Right. Like, okay, so
what?
now you can have him.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was a whole thing.
That's so weird. So she's decorating the coffee house for Valentine's Day. She's like really excited to do it too. And Mr. Peterson, so Mr. Peterson is the dude who runs the
Owns
coffee
the coffee
shop.
shop. Yeah.
Yeah. And
She takes it quite a little, quite a lot to
she
fix
like
that.
completely outdoes herself too. She like basically decorates it as if like you're decorating someplace for Christmas. She decorates that.
I think it was a little more than.
Who loves Valentine's Day that much?
Who loves any holiday?
That's true. I don't.
My Christmas tree was gone the next day.
I didn't even put mine up.
Well, because you weren't home for Christmas.
No, I wasn't. We also learned that she lives above the coffee shop. I know we mentioned it, and it's because
Swim
what?
I say I'm swearing.
No, you're not. She lives there too because nobody knows where she lives. Not even her mom knows where she lives. And Mr. Peterson offered her the studio apartment that's above the coffee shop for half of her pay and helping run the place, which is great for her.
Yeah,
But I feel like
that's quite. I feel like that's pretty steep.
yeah, probably.
Half her pay.
Well, it depends on how much she's getting paid.
I guess. And is like electricity and heat included?
I would hope that it's included because
Because isn't like your your rent and stuff supposed to be like 25 to 40% of your income?
yeah, so I guess he's really gouging her.
That old
Yes.
man.
God damn it. And running the place too. So like I feel like he's
Doing
really
all the decorate,
do all the decorating, run the
bringing
coffee
in
shop, give me
the
half.
terrorists. I was gonna say bringing the tourists, bringing the terrorists.
Speaking of, I really hope that he does not get charged as a terrorist. Yeah. Right?
Did you see all those people surrounding him?
It looked like a goddamn runway. Okay.
Since when do they have all the prison guards just like, oh, surrounding him?
Because apparently they think he's a terrorist. I don't think
But then he
he's
just goes, flashes them a little ching ching, ching ching.
ever. Okay, here's where the media fucked up. You don't show him shirtless and expect people to not be
I don't
attracted.
think I saw that.
Oh.
His home for Luigi Mangione. They also fucked up in walking him Batman style. Like,
we've lost the plot.
I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, the old man price gouging her.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Oh, because she's bringing all the tourists in, and
She's bringing the
we
tourists.
connected eventually.
Full circle, baby.
A customer asks her what she's doing for Valentine's Day, and she's literally doing nothing. He goes, "Oh, that sounds lonely."
I know. I was just like that whole scene was just like
I'm not lonely. You know why she's not lonely? Because she has her
admirer.
secret admirer, and she's always like so curious what he's gonna send in the cards and the letters that day. Like, what are they gonna talk about? Sometimes they always left her with a question, and sometimes gives her multiple answers to things. Like, so honestly, like it sounds kind of she's not lonely. She's fine. She's got a secret. You know what would have sucked if he turned out to be really ugly?
It's a book. Of course he's not going to.
I'm just saying.
Me too.
And of course, she knows that like this is kind of crossed the line of unhealthy like a long time ago, but she can't just stop
I'm in
because
love with the criminal. Mama,
Mama,
I'm in love with a criminal.
I was like, where are you going with this? But then at work, a man walks in.
Yeah.
And he is.
Guess who it is?
I just need to read to you how this is described. He entered, a figure cut from the raw cloth of sexy. I want to know what that it is.
He's a child. I shouldn't be saying that. He's like 24.
I know, but he's still
Okay.
hot, okay?
And he's old enough to consent, right? I mean, like,
He can drink.
Yeah, and he can drink. He's not old enough to have like all of his brain functions, but
He was valedictorian.
Okay, maybe
He's a
discuss. Okay, maybe
he went to like
some.
a really expensive private school, college. Like this, he comes from money. Oh my God. Anyways, how I do want to know, how does she know his name again?
So he's a regular.
Okay.
Yeah,
So his name is
he's been
Alex
coming,
fucking Mitchell.
or just Alex Mitchell, but he has been coming in regularly over the past 4 months since she's been working. He could have been coming before that, but she wouldn't know because she's only been working there.
Yeah. But he's really hot.
And he's a bailiff.
And he's a bit, you know,
Do we know that? Does that ring a bell? Huh.
weird. Huh. But he compliments her every time he's in there. And she does not know how to take a compliment, which I understand because I don't know how to take compliments either.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, do they make you uncomfortable?" And she's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, well, then I just need to give you more than, sir, excuse you." And then she's like, "What can I get for you today?" And he goes, "Just the latte and your company." This
My
boy is
company
a
comes free with every
really
purchase.
the flirting is so lame.
Oh.
That boy did shoot his shot though,
And she
which
accepts, though.
she does, yeah.
Yeah, so they agree to go out.
He's like, I don't think we've been properly introduced. I'm Alex, even though she already knows his name.
But again,
Do you
properly.
think? Do you properly? Okay. Do
She
you
only
think she's
knows
also
by
maybe stalking him?
she only knows by putting his name on the cups like Starbucks.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
How does
your
she know?
Starbucks barista
Yeah,
doesn't
but they don't put my last name on it. So how does she know his last name? Is she looking at his credit card?
probably.
She's like, oh, he's hot. Let me memorize
Wouldn't
these
you?
numbers.
Wouldn't you be like, oh,
And
what
then
did
like
I do?
social media stalk him. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to make her super uncomfortable. But she's like, "Oh, by the way, it's a weekday, so there's no court." And he goes, "Oh, it's my lunch break." And she goes, "Isn't it a little far for you?" And he goes, "Oh,
Bitch,
are
stop
you
talking.
keeping tabs on me now?"
Bitch, just stop talking.
Like the workday goes by, and I don't
Oh,
know why she's like freaking out because she goes, what if Nick finds out? What if he out of jail? He had to be like because she's trying to find love again, and apparently if Nicholas finds out,
and she's very worried about her secret admirer
because how is she gonna handle two
two.
dudes? And you know who says that she should still handle both dudes? Her friend Jenna. Jenna's like, bitch, just do
Get
it.
it.
Like,
Get it,
why
girl.
not?
Like, get it, girl.
Yep. And as she is leaving work, because she's freaking out at work, talking to Jenna, and be like, what the fuck do I do? The flower delivery comes late. And he's like, I'm so sorry, I'm running late. But it's Secret Admirer, and it just says, you're absolutely stunning. I left my letter for you somewhere where you can easily find it. Which is concerning. This bitch
Well, no,
has been testing fate
right.
anyways.
Because she's not that concerned. She's hopeful almost because she's been leaving her door unlocked, hoping that he'll come in after their conversations. So she's like, "Oh, has he finally breached the doorway?"
Which is so wild to me.
But also, she's going out with Alex, so she's concerned that she might find it with Alex.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what?
Yeah. If you're
And
be
Alex,
really careful.
if you forgot, we all know who Alex is, but he's like, I kind of thought it was obvious. Like who I was. I thought I was dropping enough hints.
Right, he's like, fuck, now I gotta like up my game a little
Right.
bit. Like I need her to know that this is me. But so they go
This is me.
after their date when they go back to her house, she's like, fuck, she needs to find the letter instantly and hide it.
So their date consists of him taking her to the grocery store and he shops for all the items to make her favorite dish, which he only knows from her letters, and that's what he figures will be the trick for
and
her.
Steven thinks she's like,
And
is he really sweet or a psychopath, bitch? You had it on the second one.
and he's like, I thought that would be it. I guess I really just need to like make it that much more obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah, she rushes into the house ahead of him to get that letter.
And she hides the letter so that she can read it later on when he's no longer there. And then so he tells her, go get dressed, blah, 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 while I make you dinner. Otherwise, if you don't hurry up, I'm going to have you for dinner, which I would have been like, okay, let's go. Screw other dinner. But he sets up the table too with her favorite flower.
Which again,
Again,
she knows
all of these.
from
Yeah.
her letters.
She goes, oh my God. And she goes, oh, it
She's
smells
like, what
delicious.
a coinky
And all she can think, she goes, oh, this man is just like absolutely perfect. So then after dinner, they watch a movie. Then they stop watching this movie because she got real aggressive with the kissing and she starts like.
She wanted to bang. He stopped it.
Because he doesn't want to have sex with her yet.
Until she knows who he
is.
Right. Which,
yeah.
Good for him.
So then we also learn, what does Alex have in his house? So many monitors of literally every place that she goes.
Her house and the coffee shop, but that's where she goes.
That's just so many. And he loves watching her. As he's watching her now, after he's not there, she's getting undressed.
Later. This is another day.
It says, since he went home. So he left her apartment, went back home.
Not another day.
And starts watching her, and she starts undressing before she goes into the shower. Because they're not going to bang. So
she has to do it herself.
She has to do it herself in the shower.
He must not live far from
her. And he sees that she unlocks the door, because obviously she unlocks the door all the time. He must not live far from her. Then he sees her starting to touch herself.
But she makes eye contact
with one of the camera
on purpose.
Yeah. Because she knows it's there. And so he star 6-7s her and calls her and tells her, I can see you. Are you just putting on a show for me? And she goes, yeah, I am. And she really wants to also.
But he lowers his voice so that it's not 100%.
Still feel like it is obvious.
He thinks so, but no.
So
he just doesn't want to scare her right
now. No. But she also wants to see him doing it. So he positions himself perfectly. So she gets a good shot of the abs and his cock and all of the monitors behind him.
With his skull
mask on. And they do the dirty on the phone. Then she asks him if he is ever going to tell her who he is. Because she wants to meet him. And he goes,
you already know me.
I was yours from the moment I laid my eyes on you. And as far as meeting me, you already have. Duh. Terrifying.
She doesn't think it's terrifying.
No, but she does think she's a little fucked in the head because she thinks it's kind of hot. But so she decides.
She also just masturbated to a camera in her house that she knows a secret admirer or stalker put there.
That she unlocks the door at nightly.
Right.
Yeah. So. I mean, there's that. But then she does. So she meets up with. She sees Jenna at the coffee shop, and she ends up telling Jenna everything. Just the main things. So just the calls and the dirty phone sex with her secret admirer, and then also about Alex and
not about the cameras or anything.
No, not about the cameras and leaving the door unlocked thing. And I'm pretty sure that she would have thought she was a psychopath. Jenna asks her about Alex because obviously, and all Abby can do is smile. And Jenna tells her, oh my God, you're falling for him and you haven't even gone to third base yet.
She wanted to.
You can fall for people before you get to third base.
Yeah.
But
you definitely shouldn't marry them, though.
No, you shouldn't. Abby knows that she cannot keep doing this. She's gonna have to pick one of these men eventually. Jenna tells her not to worry about that and just reminds her that she's meeting up with Jenna and her girlfriend for a double date later so she can meet Alex. Alex arrives after Jenna leaves, and Brian, the dude who owns the... I don't know why I said his name like that, because he's a really nice guy. Brian, the dude who owns...
Except for the price gouging.
Well, yeah, except for that. That's so ridiculous. Tells her to leave early, because Alex shows up. He goes, oh, you can leave early. And she goes, are you sure? He goes, yeah, it's fine. Bitch, he's still getting your money, so, leave all you want.
It must be a salary position.
Maybe. Yeah. So they head out and take a walk. Alex consents that she has something on her mind and asks her what's up. She asks him what he's afraid of. What a solid question, I guess.
It's a
And
weird one.
he tells her that he's afraid of not being enough, of reaching out for something only to find air. Give that to you for free.
No air.
Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air.
I'm done.
Are you done though?
I think I just had a pee roll down my shirt.
Oh man. So,
Classy.
yeah. Abby admits that she's afraid of getting hurt, opening up and then finding out that everything she ever believed about someone was wrong. And she opens up to Alex after being concerned about opening up to people. Opens up to Alex about her ex and how shitty he was. Alex tells her that he is not him, but thanks her for not letting him steal the light from her. I feel like he stole a lot of light from her, and I think that Alex just wants to be inside of her, and so he's lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That she has lit up his world from the moment they met, and he will never let anyone hurt her again. Keep that in mind. We should already know how crazy this person is, but just now.
Also, it's been like a week, guys.
Yeah.
Since, well, it's been 4 months in the background, but it's been a week since they like
Met.
officially met.
Yeah. Since she knows he really does exist.
Yeah.
His phone rings and he answers it and he steps away to talk. And then a random dude comes up to Abby and tries to hit on her. And he like grabs her too. Like he just like,
back it up. Rewind. Have lots to say.
oh boy. That he shouldn't have left her.
Yes. What on earth? Why? What is with people who need to take a phone call away from people? What?
Well,
Are you the Prince of fucking England?
Well,
what do you have? You work for the CIA. What do you have to say that you can't say in front of people?
he is a bailiff. And
He's a bailiff.
I'm assuming it's work related. I don't fucking know.
It's not. But regardless, he said it was work. I don't care. I don't care. He's trying to woo her. He's just said he can she can trust him. He just said she's his whole world or whatever. You gonna walk away with a phone call? This is weird. It's weird.
Can you
If
tell
somebody
I
calls
was
me
mad?
right now, I'd be like, "What up, bitch?" Yeah. Okay. Why does my phone look so big? It's not even one of the big ones. It's just a normal one.
You have a tiny head. Looking at us next to each other, you have a tiny head. Oh my god.
I'm only 5'1". I don't have. It's probably proportionate to the rest of my body.
Probably.
You
Oh god.
just have big hair. That's all.
I do. Big hair. It's full of secrets. Speaking of. Hello. Hey. Not that I know of. Yeah, we were just
Do you
making,
see how she doesn't walk away to have a phone call? Do you see
we're just
how demure? Do you see how I don't remember the rest of this because this trend is almost over. But do you see?
we were just discussing part of the book
Respectful.
where the dude took a phone call and walked away from the girl and she goes, who the fuck does it? If I got a phone call right now, I would just answer it, sitting next to her and be like, what's up, bitch? And then you literally called me at the exact same time that we just finished that conversation. As far as I know, nothing. Why?
I don't think this is my fork. It's okay.
Anyways, so yeah, so some random dude then comes up to Abby and tries to hit on her, and Alex does not like this because, of course, not. This also scares the shit out of her.
Abby doesn't like it either.
Yeah, it scares her because of like trauma. Duh.
And when she doesn't respond
Because
kindly,
who the fuck grabs someone
he
like
grabs
that?
her. Exactly.
Who grabs somebody? So they head back to her house because she's very shaken up.
So he grabs her. She tries to get away, but the guy kind of doubles down. So Alex is like,
get the fuck away from her. And pushes the man.
My woman.
My woman, don't touch.
Oh.
Caveman. My mom said she goes, "You guys are having too much fun over there." No, not at all. We're so miserable. We hate each other so much. Anyways, so they go back to her house and he tells her that he has to run to the office for a bit, but really is trying to make sure that she is okay alone. First of all, don't leave this woman.
After
But
that,
but I understand what
I
is
know
about
what
to
he was
happen.
about to do.
But yeah, after what
But
just happened, what?
right,
First of all, this man takes a phone call away from her, and
and
then
then you just had this traumatic experience that made you like have all kinds of like trauma, and then you just go, "I'll drop you off at your house. Have a good night. Bye."
but he does tell
Girl.
her he will be back
Mm.
in time to go on their double date. After Alex leaves, she just chills at the house, drinks some wine, and realizes she did not open the letter yet. So she does. And when she does open it, there are Polaroids that fall out of it. So many of them. So he was definitely watching her while she was sleeping because they're all over sleeping.
So maybe it escalated a little.
And like it should scare her, but she's like, this is kind of thrilling though. Like he was literally right next to
The
me.
person we were talking about would not be thrilled.
No. Did you say thrilled?
Yep. Yep, I did. Because I was going to say thrilling, and then I tried to
Thrilling.
fix it. Yep.
She is trying so hard to figure out who this is, which, by the way, is very obvious who this is. The note says, "You missed me. Let's see if you can figure out who I am. Look at where you've been, and you will find me."
That was
Which,
all
again,
weird.
it's very cryptic. And, like, she even commented at one point that, like, the notes have been, like, kind of less and less in them. And I'm wondering if it's just because, like, he's trying to really cryptically tell her who he is after well he learned a lot about her and she learned about him, so now it's time to just be weird about it, I guess. So whatever. Alex, on the other hand, found the men who grabbed her earlier and then murdered them. He tortured them, like he kidnapped them, threw them
He
in the
brought them
trunk,
back to his house.
brought them back to his house,
His
and
lab.
then murdered them after torturing them and them being like, "Don't kill me!" And he goes, my woman. But he is so tired of seeing his girl scared. So
You left her alone and scared.
I know. So
Saying.
they go out to dinner with Jenna and Jenna's girlfriend
For the double date.
for the double date. And they're at this restaurant and like Jenna even calls out for how affectionate they're being and they're kind of being really gross about it, if we're being so honest. If you've ever been to like dinner with couples like that where they're eye fucking each other the whole time and it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I mean, Alex admits it. He goes, "Yeah, absolutely. I'm fucking eye fucking her." And then Jenna's like, "Oh, do you guys want dessert?" And he goes, "No dessert for me. What about you, Angel?" And then everything
Dun
on
dun dun.
hits her at once.
And she's like, I
And she's
need
like,
to go to the
"Oh
bathroom."
shit. Uh, okay." So she goes, and Jenna's like, "Dude, this man is fucking perfect."
Because Jenna
Like,
goes with her to the bathroom.
yeah, Jenna heads with her, and she's like,
But she sees the look on her face and she's like, I'm coming with you.
yeah. But like, and then I I don't understand, but I understand her thought process because she's kind of like mad at Alex a little bit.
Because she felt like deceived.
Well, yeah, because she put like everything into the letter, so he literally knows everything, but has like been pretending that he doesn't know everything about her, and like,
It wasn't that he was pretending, it's just that he didn't come right out and wasn't honest.
yeah, um, but like he still cares for it. It's I guess I would be a little mad too.
She got over it real fast.
She really did. It was like
She just had to process the shock in the bathroom for a minute.
for about literally a minute.
Yeah. A literal minute.
But
Because mama, I'm in love with a criminal.
but he's not even a convicted criminal.
No.
He's a bailiff.
Yep.
So
And she doesn't know the extent of his crime.
no, which
But now she knows who he is, so now he can fuck her.
yeah. So she is like, "Hey, I need to get some air." And she heads out and
He follows her.
he follows her, and she kind of is like, "It was you the whole fucking time." Like, God fucking damn it, blah blah
He's like,
blah.
I thought it was obvious.
Honestly, like he was being super. He was so sick of hiding it, and he goes, "Dude, I was just being fucking obvious." And he starts like professing basically his love to Abby, and she's just thinking she's never heard something so beautiful in her entire life because he goes on a monologue. So again, she got over that shit real fucking quick. So then they are gonna go home and fuck, and fuck they do, and so many fucking, and he eats her out, and they do it so many times. It's like the dam broke at that point.
Yeah.
You know who I am.
And
Let's bang.
if I'm remembering correctly, what book I'm reading, and I think I am, but
Okay.
nobody even thought about a condom.
No, I thought about that too.
Yeah. And she's on the run and everything. So it's not even like she can go to the pharmacy and get birth control in her name.
No.
So,
No, nothing was said. So then they keep fucking, and then they tell each other that they love each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're at.
And now we're in the, oh my God, my boyfriend, Alex, bitch.
Because it's 100 pages, folks.
It is 100
like,
pages.
and
She's working now, and Valentine's Day is in 2 days.
yeah. So, yeah, they do their thing. They're
But
now an item.
she told him in anticipation, I can't say that word, that he is not allowed to watch her on the cameras, and he needs to wait. And of course, he texts her and he goes, "You're fucking killing me." Because obviously, she, all he's been doing is watching her. So, like, this is a special kind of torture. But then, because this is a book, guess who shows up because the one time he's not watching her on the cameras?
Duh.
Nick, the dick. Hey, rhymed. And he wants to talk to her, and he's really angry. And again,
A little bit angry.
we a bit angry.
He's out of jail now.
He is out of jail. He is very pissed. And they get into a huge argument, and he's like, "You're coming back with me." And she is trying to stand up for herself to not go with him. Like, she's trying to have a bit of a backbone. A little terrifying when this man has definitely beat the shit out of you.
But she's in a public place.
And
So she's like hopeful that like that's going to help.
Guess what? It doesn't, because he fucking smacks her
Like, yeah, everyone's like minding their
right
business.
there. And
Until the smack.
that part, still, I was like, so you're gonna, I,
It was quite the escalation.
it was quite the escalation. And I understand like that whole bystander effect thing where like, it's like if someone's getting beaten, people around won't say anything because they think other people are gonna like call.
Yeah, but come on.
But like this
especially
whole,
in this like small town, like
right, this whole situation, I was like, so no one's gonna step in while he's literally screaming at her in a public place. Like, you would think someone would say something. No one does. And of course, he's blaming her. And he goes, "You are making a scene." He's like, "I love you. Why are you trying to like deny me?" And she goes, This is not love. This is not good." Of course, Jenna's there and she sees what had happened. Did she come after?
Jenna is like, yeah, she like came at the right time.
Right at the, yeah.
But like Jenna's like always around.
What does she do for a job?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
What does Jenna do?
Yeah, and especially if this was like a town that she like ran away to, like,
Yeah. Jenna, what are you doing?
right.
What does Jenna do? What sketchy
So-
things is Jenna doing?
She fucking tells Nick the Dick to leave.
Oh, so good. I love it. Abby's trying to get Jenna to stay back. Listen, if someone is gonna step in and fight, I just like, okay. I understand actually wanting to protect her friend. Those are words. But at the same time, like, clearly you're not stop. I don't know. Like, I get it because Jenna could like make it worse. I don't fucking know.
I would so make it worse. I'd be like, "You're dying today, motherfucker."
Yeah. But Jenna does.
Someone would have to tear
leave.
me off him.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I'd be like a screech monkey.
Screech monkey. After he leaves, Jenna reminds Abby that she is not in this alone. Like, they're gonna get through it together. And Abby doesn't want Alex to see her like this, so she is gonna leave. And if
The bruises are already
the
forming.
bruises are already forming across her face, so like she's trying to make it known to Jenna, like
Her nose is
do
bleeding.
not, under any circumstances, like let him see her like this. And she agrees.
She leads her out the back door so she can scurry off to her house.
Yeah. Is her entrance to her house through the back?
Because she usually comes out the back and goes around to the front.
Yeah.
But
And of course, again, this is the same time that fucking Alex does not have the cameras that he cannot see. But she doesn't think that she could handle like his eyes. And like,
well, she
like,
just doesn't want to put him through that
Yeah.
either. Put it on him.
yeah. Alex is very proud of himself because he did so well all day not checking the cameras, and it even gave him time to clean the assholes off of his baseboards.
He had a very productive day.
And he's thinking like maybe he's going to ask her to move in with him on Valentine's Day. This has progressed so fast. So he goes to the coffee
Okay.
shop because obviously, and he
I'll
walks
take you
in.
to the coffee shop.
Yeah, he is. He goes in, and guess what? Abby is not there, but Jenna is.
And he's like,
And Jenna just says Jenna says there's an incident, and she says that
everything's okay.
physically she's fine, but
he can tell she's lying.
Oh yeah. And he's like, oh, because he
And
brought
he's
her.
basically like, in his head, he's like, you are sanctioning your own death by these words. You better fix this, biatch.
She does eventually change.
She's
She's like, never mind.
She needs alone time right now, and she like chases him out the door
Because she feels guilty about lying.
Yeah.
And tells him to just be gentle with her because she's been through enough. And he's just like, thinking, like, what
she
the
just
fuck?
Saved herself.
What the fuck? Right? Oh, dude, he would have murdered her hard.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. He does not hesitate with anything. So he's just thinking, like, what could Nicholas have done? And every situation he could think of is just more and more violent. And he's just like really fucking angry. And he's just like, I would cross so many lines for Abby, this woman I have known for 5 months.
And in person for like 2 weeks.
Yes. He has definitely seen her in person,
but
Abby
like,
has not. Yeah, that is true. He has decided tonight
will be the night that I will kill for you.
Basically. He thinks that Nicholas needs to learn his lesson. From the research he's done, he learned that.
So that implies actually learning his lesson, therefore not making the same mistake twice.
Well, he can't make the same mistake twice if he's dead. So apparently Nick has been out of jail for 2 weeks, and he's definitely been looking for Abby this entire time because, duh.
He calls up his people and he's like, I need info on this man right now.
He finds Nicholas as he is out running. And he's like, oh, nice night for a run. I just need a shirt that says
awkward.
Yeah. And Nick is like, who the fuck are you? And he goes, let's talk about Abby.
Your worst nightmare, bitch.
And he goes, I'm just going to make some things very, very crystal clear to you, and that you should not have touched her.
She's mine.
And he tells him that he is going to learn how wrong he has been. And he's going to regret his entire life. He tackles this man to the ground. And Nick is begging for his life. By the way, he's not going to murder Nick because he needs to bring Abby a gift.
He captures him.
Brings
him to his house.
Yeah.
Which is surprisingly within walking distance of Abby's. So that explains why he was able to. That explains why he was able to get home so fast that night that he watched her on the cameras.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wonder if he didn't originally live. I wonder if he just like.
I don't know. I wonder if he did though, because he was jogging home to
That's
shower.
True.
So like, what a clinky dink.
It's just so coincidental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fate.
So Abby is sleeping through this whole thing currently and wakes up, and Alex is just there. And because she can feel his presence, and obviously this bitch Nick just leaves her door unlocked.
Well, and which after that, all that, why
after all that, I would lock my goddamn door. I would not leave that shit open.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That was weird.
Yeah. And he tells
Nick
her
finally
like,
found you and then punched you in the face, but you're gonna
leave your door unlocked. No, thank you. Alex is very like, I should have been there. I should have stopped this. Like, I don't want to lose you. She wants to have sex with him, but he goes, hold on a second. Just hold. I have a surprise for you.
Surprise.
That I want to, and I want us to take care of it together. But he is like, okay, but I'm gonna blindfold you first. Just it's private, chill. Which if he really wants to keep it private, but he wants her to move in with him.
Well, I think okay, so so
maybe she doesn't know that he kills all the time.
So this was I thought it was kind of weird that he was blindfolding her too, but this was my interpretation of the situation. He had to suss her out. He had to find out how she was going to react to the him being a killer thing before he revealed where he lived and his location.
Okay. That makes sense. Because this could go really bad.
Yeah, so he brings her blindfolded to his lair where he is holding Nick,
not hostage. Alex, Nick hostage,
and it did not go how it probably should have in my head because she embraced this.
She embraced it and then literally stabbed him to death. But before he dies, they fuck because
in front of him while he's dying.
They want him to see them fucking as he is dying. And like, of course, Abby fucking went on like a stabbing spree too. She was like, yeah.
She went from like little field mouse hopping through the forest.
Yep. Into
bopping him on the head.
To face down, ass up. Let's go.
Bopping him on the head.
Yep. And sure enough, Nick dies. And it's over. So see, he learned his lesson because he can't repeat it again because he's dead. But now Abby is a little freaking out because she's thinking, fuck, what about the cops? Like now they just murdered this dude.
Now you think of that?
And Alex just insists like to trust him. It's okay. It's fine. And he's been gone for a day and a half. And then he finally shows up to her house and she's a little freaking out. And he goes, it's done. We're not going to think about it anymore. It's fine. Free. It's over. We're good. He goes, listen, I just wanted to be sure you knew the lengths that I would go for you. But like, I'm just
on that note, I mean, don't you want a man who's gonna do the absolute most?
Yeah, because you know what? She decides that she's okay with this, and
though
they fuck again.
Conveniently, he did not tell her that he does this for sport.
No, he doesn't, which is a little disappointing. And yeah, so they fuck, and that's the book.
Yeah.
There was also a bonus epilogue that was allowed to be downloaded, and I didn't do that. Did Ariel do it? Oh, look at that. We're finally on the same page with something.
I thought it said it was available in the physical book. Maybe I wasn't
reading, so. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because we didn't have
when you buy the paperback.
Yeah, and we didn't do that, so we
did not. So, who was your favorite?
Well, I was gonna say the Old Man Coffee Shop Man, but after we talked about it, the price gouging was quite a thing. And that guy, the other old guy that was in the shop all the time, I was very surprised that he wasn't in the shop and or did not intervene when she was getting beat around. So probably the bestie.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll go with Jenna the bestie. That sounds fine. Because I can't really pick Alex because he left her alone in some weird situations. But anyways, who was your least favorite?
So it was a very short book. So unfortunately, it's just Nick.
Yeah, Nick sucks.
Nick the dick.
Nick the dick.
Nick the dick. Nick the dick. Nick the dead dick.
Oh God, yeah, Nick. Cool. So Amazon gives us a 4.0 and Goodreads a 3.6.
What'd you give it?
I was thinking a 3.5. I actually had a pretty decent time.
Yeah, I did too. I thought the escalations were quite fast. They could have been maybe fleshed out a little bit better so they didn't feel so,
Forced.
yeah, forced whiplashy. Because to go from this like meek, mild, skittish character to be like, oh, you brought me this present and you're just gonna have me kill them? Okay, bye.
It's like that scene in Psycho in the shower.
Yeah, that was a lot for me. Not that it wasn't good, it just I felt like some steps were missing.
Missed.
Yeah, so I give it 3 stars.
Okay. Now,
Oh crap.
uh-oh. So bear with us, guys, because we have a new pepper scale that we are still confused about in our brains sometimes, and we don't actually know the full scale that we have to bring out our notes. Normally, this is something you wouldn't see,
But it's
but
because
we're on together
Well,
and we're not across. And it's new.
and we haven't actually started our new year yet. Ta-da.
So, our new pepper scale is uh, just spicy, different kinds of spicy peppers and how we feel how
And
spicy
there's
it is.
going to be a chart behind us on normal times, but we're making that right now. We're on vacation.
We're on
So,
vacation and we're being lazy.
but is the scale. It goes from bell pepper to poblano to jalapeno to serrano to cayenne to habanero to ghost pepper to Carolina Reaper to pepper X. Pepper
X. One brain sometimes. We take turns sharing the brain cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that TikTok where it said like only
no brain cell.
not that one.
Oh, there's that one too.
Only one best friend's allowed to be happy at a time.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I sent you that one. I did. Yeah.
I was like,
One's only allowed to. Yeah. 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 So, where are you thinking about being on the scale? I think I'm going to go between a Serrano and a Cayenne, but I might lean
that
towards
seems spicy.
I'm going to go with like a Serrano.
I think it's a jalapeno spicy.
See? And the best part about this is I'm trying to talk Ariel into we'll put our books on this. We're figuring out the thing.
Yeah.
It will not be behind me. It will be behind Ariel because
I have space.
she has plenty of space and I do not. Okay. How about survivability, quality of life?
Well, I think that I would survive.
I'd be fine.
I probably would not be interacting. I probably would just accept the gifts and not be interacting though.
There's that. Yeah, I wouldn't be writing little letters back and forth. I would just accept the gifts and call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also don't know if I would necessarily give in to the power if someone brought me a murder for a gift.
I also would not participate at all. I definitely do not have anybody in mind at all.
Oh wait, crap.
Nothing. For legal purposes, this is alleged.
So you just said you're not. It's okay.
That's true.
Anywho, this just got weird. Next time you see us,
we will not be together.
Well, maybe we'll be normal. Probably.
No, we won't.
Well, yeah, I meant normal.
Oh, yes. Our content will be normal.
But thank you for spending our first special of 2025 with us. We hope to see you with many more. Make sure to keep reading.
And many more. Oh, and keep it smutty.
Boom goes my heart just breaking. Boom goes my baby, no mistaken. Boom goes my heart just breaking. Boom goes my baby, not aching. Everything